Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If I'm doing this type of video, then it really is the end of the year. For those of you who are new here, I test out at least one new foundation a month, and twice in the year I test out a new foundation for 7 days or 12, depending on what time of the year that it is. And then at the end of the year, I come back and give you a recap on all of the foundations that I have tried. So I've got this big old box here with all of this year's foundations, and I actually tried 42 foundations this year. Now, because even if I wanted to keep it down to a minute for each foundation giving my recap, this would still be a 40-something minute long video. So because we don't want to do that, I'm gonna try to keep it short. I'm gonna try to start this video already. But just remember, if there's a foundation that you want to know more about, there is a video attached to each and every single one of these foundations, so you can always go check that out. All right, so I'm gonna scoot you over here. We're gonna get started, okay? This is the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation in the shade Cool Walnut 8.25. Easily top 2 foundations this year. Why, you might ask? Because this has the natural skin-like finish that I've been going for this year, but for my oily skin people out there, she has the range, okay? You'll go hours without looking like you just came from the gym within 20 minutes. So yeah, if I was wearing a foundation this year, it was most likely going to be this or like one other one. Bare Minerals Fresh Faced Liquid Foundation. This shade is made to fit. So basically, it was one of those custom made shades where they have an app. You go through all of that. Now, I did use this a couple times this year. It has a very nice natural finish. And it's a pretty long wearing foundation. You know, my oil does start to show through, but it doesn't claim to be a mattifying foundation. And with the right products, you can get a long wear out of this foundation. The only thing I should let you guys know is based on reviews and the comments that I got on my video, although I felt like my custom shade match was pretty, you know, spot on, it might not be the same for everybody. And some people were saying that, you know, it took more than one try to get their custom shade. So if you did want to look into that, just be aware of that. It might take more than one try to get your custom shade, if you get it at all. At this next foundation, this is the Maybelline Superstay, a foundation in the shade 360 Mocha. I don't like it, okay? I've given it try after try after try. Everyone and their mama can say it's their favorite foundation for a drugstore. I don't like it. I was orange in this foundation. I was oily in this foundation. No, I don't like it. Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I tried a couple shades in this. The closest match I got was Iguaku. Now, even that, I believe something about the undertone was still off in there. So I don't really feel like I have a shade in this foundation. But as far as the formula goes, nice, natural, radiant finish. Probably not the best for oily skin. This is one of those foundations where you can mix it with a mattifying or a matter foundation and have a better wear with it. I just don't feel like I need to do that. Like, I don't like it enough, I guess is what I'm trying to say, to actually do that. Because I've done that with foundations before, and I'd do it again in the future. It's just not that deep for me with this one, but I do feel like on its own, this is a beautiful foundation, and if you have the skin type for it where you can wear it alone, it would probably be one of your favorite foundations. All right, favorite foundation of the year. This is the Cover FX Power Play Foundation. Bottle is almost empty. This is my color match in a bottle, okay? It's the formula for my skin type. If you guys don't know, I have combo oily skin, oily in my T-zone, normal around the rest of my face. This works with my combo oily skin. My face is matte. It's the right shade. The only thing that's annoying about this foundation is the packaging, because it's in this squeeze tube. So if you want to get the last drops of product out, you probably got to cut it open and stuff like that. But other than that, hands down favorite foundation of the year. You'll see it again in my favorites video that I'll upload before the end of the year. LA girl. This is the Pro Matte High Definition Longwear Matte Foundation. This is in the shade Chestnut. This is actually a new shade, because if you guys remember the video I did on this, yeah, LA girl put out a shade range that we just not gonna talk about, okay? They have recently come out with new shades. This is a new shade, Chestnut. So I will probably do one of those, you know, trying my foundation shades that were the wrong shades video. I did one of those before, so if you guys have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. As far as the formula of this goes, though, it is a matte foundation. I do feel like oily skin would like this foundation, and we'll try it again in an update now that we have a more appropriate shade. This is the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. Oh wait, this is in the shade Rich. I've told you guys how I feel about that whole excuse of, you know, you don't need that many shades for skin tints, BB creams, because it covers a more wider shade range. I've told you guys how I feel about that, but I'm not gonna lie, this is cute skin tint for those days where I really don't want to put anything on my face, but I know I should probably do like a little something. This is what I use. It does work out pretty well with my skin tone. I'm just getting confused there between skin tone and skin type. It stays pretty, you know, long wearing on my, it's not really much on your face, so there's not that much it can do, if that makes sense. It's there, but it's not, so it's not like it can make your face that oily, that, you know, separated on your face. I feel like this is it's there, but it's not. Like, this is the definition of no makeup foundation. I am wrong. I actually tried 43 foundations this year, now that I think about it. And I remember that because I tried a foundation that looks similar in packaging to this foundation, but this foundation is the Black Radiance Color Perfect Liquid Makeup Oil-Free Foundation in the shade Brownie. I don't remember much about this foundation, and that's not really a good thing there. Actually, when did I try this? Makeup Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation. I don't like it. I feel like this is one of those foundations that never sets. It's a cream formula on your face. Now, it could be because I have oily skin, but I always just feel like it just always feels like it's moving on my face. I feel like it never dries down, and then throughout the entire day, it moves wherever it wants to move. If I don't like how it feels, I don't like this foundation. Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Radiant Firming Makeup in the shade, in the shade 360 Cocoa. I actually like this. I don't believe I've tried it after the first time I used it, and if I did, it was only like once, but I do remember that I did like this foundation. Now that I think about it, I might try this out again. This is that, you know, natural everyday finish, easy, throw this on to go to work or school foundation. I don't believe this is easy to find. There was something about this that I was just like, it is what it is. But I do believe I thought this was a nice foundation. Maybe I will look into this again. Okay, Beauty Bakery Cake Mix Foundation. This in my hands is the shade 7, but I believe I've tried 11 and 13. No, I've tried 2. I've tried 7 and 13, 11 and 13, something like that, and then I still have one more shade that I could try to see if that is my exact match. I fit somewhere in between those 3 shades. I don't really recall where, but I'm not gonna find out because I'm not gonna wear this foundation. I tried, okay? I tried to like it. I don't. It dries way too fast on your face, and a common theme within a Beauty Bakery is the, you know, not only fast drying, but once it dries, once it's set, it's there on your face, okay? With their lipsticks, with their concealers, with their foundation, it ain't moving, it's not going anywhere, and it can quickly dry whatever it's for out. So their lipsticks, I don't like the formula. It dries out my lips. Same with the foundation, it just dries it out. I mean, now I do have combo oily skin, so it could be that, but for my extremely oily skin out there, maybe this is something that you want to look into, because your face won't be oily. You know, you probably might just not be able to feel your face, but you might want to look into it because your face won't be oily throughout the day and it won't budge once you set it. Alrighty then, BH Liquid Foundation Naturally Flawless in the shade 229 Deep Beige. I don't remember if that was the shade I tried it in. I think I have 2 shades. This might have been too light. This is another one of those I don't really remember much about. And if I don't remember much about you, then I'm probably never going to pick you up again, and there probably isn't that much to recommend. No shade. Neutrogena Hydraboost Hydrating Tints Hyaluronic Acid in the shade Chestnut 135. Maybe this was hydrating? Honestly, like the next 2 foundations and like the last 2 that I picked up, I don't remember anything about. I don't even remember trying this, if we're gonna be completely honest here. But when I read the word hydrating, I want to recall that this was a hydrating foundation. It's probably best to just go back to the video on it. Maybelline Dream BB Fresh 8-in-1 Beauty Balm Skin Perfector in the shade 130 Medium Deep Sheer Tint. No. I feel like for a hot minute, if you've been in the beauty community for a minute, then you remember that this was something that a lot of people talked about. It was in a lot of people's videos, and I believe when I went to go look for it, it was not the easiest thing to find there. And once I did find it, I was not impressed. Okay, it's there. Again, with the whole ideology on skin tint, not here for it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that down. Dior Face and Body Foundation in the shade 7N. You know those products that you want to like, you want to make yourself like it, but you just can't. Like, there's something that you just couldn't use it in your everyday routine. This is one of those products. I really do want to like this foundation because I feel like it has a beautiful finish and it wears pretty okay throughout the day. It's the shade range for me, even though this is a 40 shade range foundation, I believe. It's those undertones. I've tried 2 or 3 different shades in this. I've tried it at different times in the year. And although it does pretty okay with how it wears, I'm always red with the undertone of this foundation. So if you can find an undertone that works for you, or you want to go through manipulating the undertone, I do believe this is a very nice foundation and you like it on your face. But when you've got all these other ones that you can choose from, you just don't want to go through that hassle of that. This is the Black Radiance True Complexion BB Cream SPF 15 in the shade Brown Sugar for my people of color out there who are looking for BB creams. You know, I would recommend this one here. Might not be the easiest to find, you know, might have to go to a couple drugstores or order online, but this is a nice BB cream, and if you guys are new to makeup, BB creams are not the easiest things to find for people of a darker complexion. Black Radiance is a brand that, you know, kind of caters to that, so that's a nice place to start if you are looking for one. This is more of the everyday work, natural makeup look, school, beginner friendly, all that stuff. Oh, Too Faced. I tried the Too Faced Born This Way foundation for the 3rd year in a row. This is part of the Jackie Aina collaboration, so my shade was a Tiramisu. As far as my shade goes, it was more of a golden undertone. I felt it was maybe a little too golden in that video because I did try a new Too Faced concealer that had a golden undertone as well. But then I tried it again in another video and you guys said that it was still too golden. So I feel like as far as the shade goes, you know, that's up to the individual person whether they agree or not. But as far as the formula goes, I've said this since the first time I tried this foundation. Beautiful finish foundation. And it was even part of some of my yearly favorites videos, but not alone, okay? I'm not wearing this foundation alone. This is one of those I would actually take the time to mix this with a matter foundation. I was using the Fenty foundation with this one for a hot minute to get a longer wear for my face. So I've got the best drugstore foundation that I tried this year. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. This is not the shade that I wear, it's just the first one that I saw, so I picked it up. I've got several shades in this one, but I believe the shade that I wear is Cocoa. Best color match that I got from a drugstore this year, and best formula for my skin type. This is a matte foundation. Now again, gonna put it out there. I've seen a couple people saying that, you know, they didn't like this foundation because it was too matte on them, it balled up on them. So I tell you guys the good and the bad. From my experience, this is the best drugstore foundation I tried, but I'm letting you guys know what other people have been saying about it. There was a new brand this year called Flesh who came out with a foundation stick. This is in the shade 34 Pecan. It's really tiny for the amount that you get. The color, I believe, was okay on my face, and the wear was okay. This was just okay and a little too okay for the amount that you pay for how much you get. However, I would give this another shot to see. I want to find a foundation stick that I actually like. I haven't found one yet. Maybe that's why I want to give it another try, but for now, you know, she can stay for now. What are you? This is the Milk Matte foundation. Yeah, let's just go with that in the shade Mocha. This is another one of those, why am I doing this? This is another one of those, I don't remember much about this foundation, which says a lot. Yeah, just gonna. Next, I've got the Covergirl Matte Made a Trublend foundation. This is in the shade D70. I liked this foundation. As far as the formula goes, I liked this foundation. I do know that they caught quite a bit of flack for the shade range because this is a 30-something, 40-something shade foundation. But if you guys follow me on Instagram, I did swatch these foundations. Some of the undertones were a little green. Okay, they were a little straight up orange. Yeah, and they caught flack for the shade range because even though you have a wide shade range, you know, just throwing colors in there doesn't really do much. You know, no one's wearing green or orange there. So I know people gave them flack for that, but I saw a lot of people saying that they didn't like the formula of this foundation. I liked it. I thought it was okay. I mean, I haven't really used it that much. I think I used it 2 or 3 times after I tried it. So, you know, it's not like it's the best thing out there, but I thought it was okay of a foundation. I don't know. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments down below. I have bone to pick with this next company. Okay, this is the ColourPop No Filter Liquid Foundation in the shade Deep Dark 195. I didn't like this foundation. I think it might have actually kept me matte throughout the day, but my face was red with this foundation. Not only that, but I broke out, which I will get into again later on in this video. So it was a no from me, dog, on this foundation. You know, if you can find a shade that works for you and it doesn't break you out, maybe it's something you want to try out, but I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. So very recently, I tried the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation, again, in a new shade. This is 6N1 Truffle. Y'all might see her again in 2019. She was cute on my face. I liked it in my face in that video. This did have more of the golden side there of an undertone, but I feel like it wasn't that crazy because I used other neutral-ish products there. So I will probably revisit this foundation again when I'm trying to figure out what foundation I'm going to use moving on in 2019. This is the Maybelline Superstay Foundation Stick in the shade 370 Deep Bronze. How many Maybelline foundations have I tried this year? 4? I think this is the 4th one that I've tried. This is probably my favorite out of all of the ones that I've tried, which isn't saying much because y'all know I was just kind of on this foundation stick. Again, I think the color was pretty okay with this one. It was more so the formula that just wasn't that great for me. I want to make foundation sticks work, but foundation sticks don't want to work with me and my oily skin. But if you don't have those issues, I think this is a nice product that you might want to check out. So back when I started beauty blogging, I tried the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and now years later, I finally tried the Ultra HD foundation in the shade R530. I liked it in the video. I think I might have been a little questionable about, I might have been questioning the shade that I tried in that one, but this is another one that I would probably revisit in 2019 because I didn't really give it that much playtime this year to really, you know, hold down how I felt about it. But I know I really liked the HD foundation, so we're gonna keep an eye out on this one. Alrighty then, back to back. This is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation in the shade, oh. When I did the video on this, I thought I picked up the same shades, but no, this is R540. Amazing foundation. You know, it claims like 24-hour matteness. I didn't test it out for 24 hours because I'm not wearing makeup for 24 hours. I'm just not. But it did stay matte for the amount of time that I had it on. I think I had it on for somewhere around 8 hours, somewhere around there. My only issue with this foundation was the shade was just a smidge dark on my face. So I said I was going to see if there was any other shade that I could try in this one because I do believe this comes in like 40 shades or something like that. So I will definitely revisit this in a different shade in the future. But if you can already find a shade that works for you and you want a matte long wearing foundation, here is one right here. All right, this is the Dior Skin Forever Perfect Makeup. I tried this in 2 shades. One was orange, the other one was yellow. This is the orange one, 070. I couldn't find a shade in this one, and as far as the formula goes, probably not the best for my skin type. I was a little oily, you know, when I came back at the end of the day, so this might be more for the dry, normal skin. If I had to pick between these 2 Dior foundations, I'd go with the Face and Body one I was talking about a few minutes ago, even though that one has more of a red undertone, because at least I like the formula of that one. This is the Il Makiage Woke Up Like This Flawless Base Foundation. Oh, look at that. Look at me. Guessed it without even having to look. Flawless Base Foundation in the shade 220. This was a nice foundation. I will probably try it again on those days where I'm bored and I just want to, you know, try a different foundation. It was a nice foundation. She was extra. She is for my bougie, can't sit with us people out there. Just be put this on, you'll be feeling yourself the entire day. This comes in 50 shades, I believe. I was okay with this shade. I think I said I might have wanted to go see what some of the other shades were about, but you know, she ain't cheap foundation either. So yeah, I like this foundation. This is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation. Y'all, I do not even a little bit of me remembers, if I could open this, which I probably can't, not a little bit of me remembers trying this foundation whatsoever. That's what it looks like. I myself am gonna have to go back to the video I did on it to even refresh my memory on what I don't remember the color on my face, how it wears, none of that. Really, the only powder foundation I remember trying is the Bare Minerals one, and I've done quite a few videos using that one, so we're all gonna have to go back to that video and find out about this foundation. The Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. My favorite foundation I tried during 12 Days of Foundation Hunt. I was here for the match. I was here for the formula of this foundation. This claims to be a self-setting foundation, and the side that I did not set with powder looked just as good, if not better, than the side that I had like a full face of makeup on. So you will definitely be seeing this in 2019. You've seen it in things after I did the foundation hunt on this video. I'm here for her. Okay. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick. I came for this foundation stick's life. During 12 Days of Foundation Hunt, anytime I could throw some shade, I did. It's all love there, L'Oreal, but I just didn't like it. I still don't like it, and we're still just going to somewhat shadily put this down and move on to the next. I also revisited the first foundation I ever tried, years ago when I was in high school. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup in the shade Milk Chocolate N10. Is spot on as far as the, well, is it spot on? I believe it was spot on of a color match there. They have extended their shade since the first time I ever tried it, and it held up pretty well on my face for a foundation that does not claim to be matte. I really do like this foundation. You will probably see this in future videos. So yeah, I do like this foundation, and I do like the fact that they extended their shades. The Revlon It Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation in the shade 550. Okay, the sun is playing me here. In the video that I did on this, I said it was not a memorable foundation. It's not. It was a nice foundation, natural finish. I think the shade was a tad bit off, I believe, and I don't like the way that this blended out on my face. We're just gonna go ahead and move on to the next. So I have here the Lancome Skin Feels Good Hydrating Skin Tint. This is probably the best higher end skin tint. Have I tried a different skin? Is that Becca skin tint? Is it? It's a nice higher end skin tint there. I liked how it looked on my skin. I believe the shade was a little, you had to be looking, like really searching for an issue there with the shade of this one. But other than that, your skin feels good. It looks good with this product there, and on those, you know, no makeup days, or I'm in a rush makeup days, I'd throw this on my face. Alrighty then, back to ColourPop. This is their No Filter Stick Foundation in Deep Dark 197W. I didn't like it, alright? Yeah, it's a nice finish foundation stick. It did alright, I guess. I'm just not impressed with ColourPop's shade ranges, and this broke me out, okay? I'm still dealing with the dark spot here from my breakout. Broke me out. What is it? What are they putting in their products that all of their foundations, but they only have two, but still, you have two foundations and each one broke me out. So I'm good here, okay? This is going to be that foundation that I talk about in future videos, and I mentioned that, you know, it's the foundation that broke me out, and then it, you know, kind of pops up here in the corner. You guys, if you've been here for a minute, you know what I'm talking about. All right, I have this foundation here from Range Beauty. What's the name of you? The True Intentions Hydrating Oil-Free Foundation. This is in Boardwalk After 6. The brand sent 2 or 3 shades, I believe. It's nice that they have, you know, blue undertones, yellow undertones, stuff like that. I didn't have a shade that actually worked for me in this foundation, at least out of the ones that they sent. And I said I wouldn't go find the one that did, because I don't really recall if I liked the formula or not in this one. But it's a company that, you know, it's called Range Beauty. They put some range in there, you know, they've got some dark shades. So if you have trouble finding darker shades, you know, like darker me shades, then this is probably a brand that you would want to check out. Okay, so this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. This is in the shade F15. This was a nice foundation. If you like the concealer, I feel like you'll like the foundation. Haven't tried the two together to see if you would like them, but I did like this foundation. It did a great job at, you know, how it wore throughout the day, and the shade match was pretty spot on with this one. So this is a nice foundation. Definitely will be using it in the new year. It's not a remote, it's a foundation. This is the Hayley's Beauty Reset Liquid Matte Foundation in the shade 8.50 Neutral. This was the biggest letdown of 12 Days of Foundation Hunt because it claimed to be a matte foundation and it just wasn't on my face, and it was orange on my face, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass on this one here. Okay, just put that down. Okay, recently I just did a foundation hunt on the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation in the shade 530. This is a nice foundation. I like how it wore throughout the day. The shade was okay on my face. It was a, you know, smidge dark there if you're looking for an issue. You know, probably better off in the summer and not right now in the winter where my face is a little bit duller than usual. Is that a word? It is now. But this is a nice foundation if you guys want to check it out. I believe this comes in 35 shades. And I also wanted to check it out to see if they had another shade that I could possibly match to in this foundation, but I do like it. And the last foundation I tried this year, this is the TLM Foundation Color Changing All Day Flawless Lit From Within Complexion Perfectly Flawless Finish whatever. Okay, this white foundation is supposed to change into my skin tone. Caca. So like I said, I tried 42 foundations. I just showed you 40 because there are two I do not know where they are, and while I was doing this I remembered that there is actually 43, and that third one I also don't know where that one is. The first one is the Sephora Collection Foundation. The next one was a cushion foundation from Diba, and that one was a special one to try out because you don't really get cushion foundations for deeper complexions. I just wasn't really here for the formula of that cushion foundation, you know, but if you are looking for a cushion foundation and you still want to try it out, maybe that is one that you want to check out because it might actually have some shades for you. And the third one is Bronx Colors. It was in that lowest rated makeup at Ulta video. I believe that's the brand that I checked out. Actually, I think the reason I don't have it is because I might have thrown it away because it started separating like a week after I had it. I did the video, you know, where I opened it up, I tried it, and then like a week later it was separating and like the colors were changing. So I was just like, I don't, you know, well, let me just go ahead and toss you aside. Now, so I'm pretty sure that's why I don't have that one anymore. So I threw it out. So I feel like that should let you know if I would recommend that or not. Ooh, and that is it for all of the foundations I have tried this year. I hope these videos are helpful for those of you who are looking for new foundations, especially looking for new foundations being a deeper complexion. That is why I do it. I do it so I can be helpful. So it's nice when you guys, you know, tell me that I helped you in a way. And yeah, because I rambled enough, we're just gonna go ahead and end this video here. So that is it for this video. I hope some updates, you know, some little recaps on these foundations has helped. If any of you were thinking of any of these foundations that I mentioned here, let me know in the comments down below what foundations you guys liked this year, or what foundations you guys would like to see me try out going into the new year. So make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.